I know they filmed them separately, but it really did feel like they just took the script and like, they were boring shit in this one. Action scenes in this one. And what you end up with is two really unbalanced movies. You end up with a really boring walking around movie and a really boring action movie. Because there's no plot. There's just fuck all. Like the actual plot for part 2 is like you can put off post-it notes. It's like they finally meet battle. Brett.
Well, see, the thing is that all the plot elements of it, they kind of put on the sidelines for the big action scenes. So, like, parts like him explaining the deal with the Elder Ones, it's supposed to be, like, going on during this big battle, but instead they set up to do the big battle, and then him just kind of, like, explain it as a sidebar at the very, very end. And it was like, they got caught up with the spectacle, they forgot to tell us stuff.
Should that thing have looked like...
He did.
It did look a little bit like Alien.
Okay.
I agree with that.
Did he just run at the door as hard as he could?
Well, I did like the ending, because I thought they were going to end with like the sad
Can you
piece.
fix that for him?
It's over now, and then they go,
He looks so pathetic at you.
and it's like, yay, at the end, but at the time we were like, oh my god, it's be over.
Well, we had to pay so bad.
But no, I was very satisfied that the way they ended it, it wasn't just like, oh, blah, 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 boom, and then, you know, let's hold hands, and then fade credits, so it was kind of cool to see them in, like, their older form.
That older makeup was hilarious.
Yeah, it was.
They had, like, they put Jacob's hairline back and gave him this ridiculous beard. Then, like, Robin just touched him up and put him in a cardigan.
Yeah, honestly, those kids, they look exactly the same as they did 19 years earlier.
No, they had a little bit of pepper.
And, like, ridiculous things.
Oh, yeah. Oh, wow. Yeah, they took 5 minutes.
They should have rhymed, they should be
But, I mean, I was looking at those kids and I'm like, they look the fucking same.
It's the same kid.
Okay,
they all look like he's 30, and that was like before the 19 years after.
Yeah, that kid got good.
they made Alan Rickman look like he did 20 years ago. They couldn't make those kids look 2 fucking years older.
They did do a really good job, because I was worried, because I knew that they were going to do a flashback part with him, and I was worried they were going to, like, do that creepy, make you younger face pull makeup that they do, but they did kind of like tricks with his hair and just like stone makeup, and it was interesting.
Yeah, they did okay making him look younger, but yeah, those kids, they didn't make them look a fucking day older. They looked the exact same. Well, they let the blonde kid grow a beard, really shaved like the patchwork, like redneck beard.
He's got the complexion that I kind of imagine he grows a beard very well.
It's a complexion of an albino.
Anywho, back to
the movie, yeah. It was definitely...
Sorry, that was the most exciting.
You check them out with me.
They showed the kids, and it was like, you know, they had the initials on their luggage, like last initial P, and it was like, a redhead, and 2 boys. I'm like, they fornicated! I don't want that in my head.
Can't get it out. But yeah, I mean, I really can't think of... I mean, there were a couple cool scenes. I'm not like, I mean, well, you know, I don't think do shit about this series.
But you watched it.
But yeah, I mean, there were a couple cool scenes, but, I mean, nothing that, like, really kind of, like, I'm not, like, walking away from the, like, oh my god, my opinion of this series.
They were like, cute, they were like, cute.
But yeah, there's like that huge plot element that it took out wholesale. Like at the very beginning, that book that Rita Skeeter wrote about Dumbledore, they get into that like way. Okay, big beardy guy. The thing that annoying Skeeter lady wrote about
Getting off the white.
Yeah, getting off the white. He had like a adorable little like gay relationship with this evil guy back in the day. I mean, it's like a whole big thing, and they ignored it completely.
Oh, and when spoiler alert.
Spoiler alert.
We never get spoilers here. No. When Harry goes to pseudo heaven or whatever, teaching kids that you can go back if you want to, and they show like this creature, and it looks like the creature from the Black House, the Lane's Black House. That's what I thought it was. And then it turns out that it's a Prince Dumbledore that died that was attached to Harry. It's all like inverted and bloody and muscly. I'm like, for kids.
Yeah, creepy bloody.
Yeah, I was just like, Jesus.
Oh, that scene that was from Eraserhead.
You said for kids at some point during the movie. I can't remember what it was. Was it when that guy
It may have been after they decided to drop a 17-year-old kid into a giant swirling pit of fire. It could have been after other people were just disintegrated. I don't know. This is a violent movie. I don't know what it is with kids movies all of a sudden, like Transformers 3 was the same way. They get to the end battle scenes, these movies, they're like, fuck it, these kids are old enough, you know what's coming. They're like blowing fucking people up.
I did get a little clear-eyed.
Straight up murder is what's going on. Like that one kid, the one.
The redhead?
The woman with the sword.
Oh, no.
Neville. He kills like 100 people.
That's because he's a boy.
He tricks them onto a bridge and blows the shit up.
They were bad guys.
There were still people.
There was
Hundreds of them. Hundreds of people. And he drops into a fucking canyon. That kid is sadistic.
That's horrible thing. Children. Yeah, they deserve to die.
I eat children, do I deserve to die?
Yeah. No.
You eat children. I'm sorry if you eat children, Ryan. I'm cutting your head off with the word.
But no, I mean, there's just a lot of, honestly, like a lot of actual violence in this movie. Like, especially towards the end, like, the fight scenes are just kind of brutal, really. Just with the number of people dying. The way, like the kid, like falling, screaming as he, drops into the lake of fire.
There was one thing that was so brutal that I actually started laughing a little bit, and that's when Snake gets the full thing.
Oh, shit! From the other side of the screen, you feel like
against the wall and say,
yeah, the scene is kind of, I didn't even know, I didn't even see actually how it happens to him. Throat slit, bleeding out, falls down, and then the fucking...
Do we ever find out if Snake, because I can't remember in the book, but did we ever find out if Snake is a good guy or a bad guy?
Snake was absolutely a good guy.
But, yeah, you see that from, like, the other side of, like, a window that's all smeared up. And
He was always so mad at Harry, because every time Snake looked at Harry, he saw Lily. And Snake loved his mother so much that he loved Harry, but he also couldn't look at him without thinking, you should have been mine. So while he loved him, just because he's all that's left of the only woman he ever loved, he also had regret that it wasn't him. It wasn't his hair instead of James's hair. It wasn't his nose instead of James's nose.
Yeah, I honestly don't care about spoilers. The book's been out for, 5 years now?
Not only that, but, like, this entirety of Midnight Madness Summer has been spoilers, so forget.
But
we're allowed to talk about the movie.
halfway through the movie, Harry dies because
part of his soul is...
Yeah, whatever. He's carrying it as
Honestly, people were calling that online around before, so...
But, yeah, he gets... He like, the death curse gets in a big way, because, Ray Fiennes,
He sold that shit.
he overacted the fuck out of that. He didn't even say the word, like, the first part of it. Just like, no one ever,
like here in this face, too.
yeah, it's zoomed in as shit. But, and my problem with
Where's the mom?
I would assume at a different movie, but I don't know. I'm also disappointed that there's no Cinema Snob.
I'm surprised he wasn't using Harry Potter.
I don't know what else was coming out today that he would have been doing instead of. It kind of wrecked it not having Brad there.
Like, no one actually enunciates a single word of it. There's an A and a gibber. That's it. That's all that they actually scream.
Sarah also pointed out that while we were watching it, that like, I don't know, year 4, they learned how to do spells without actually like saying it.
I can't remember what year it was, but yeah.
Yeah, so maybe it's more just like a mental